Yes. So today we're going to do direct and inverse proportion. We're going to do direct and inverse proportion. So just make sure everything is set. So we do direct and inverse proportion. When you say direct proportion means when two things increase at the same time. When two things increase at the same time, that's a direct proportion. So for example now, the real life example is the more sun that comes out, the more the increase in temperature, the more the sale of ice cream will increase. So when two factors are actually increasing proportionality, they are increasing at the same rate. That is direct proportion. So for example now, if this is direct proportional, if for example now, this is the temperature, and this is what's it called? The sales of ice cream. Sales of what? Of ice cream. The temperature, as the temperature increases, these more people will come out to buy ice cream. So the sales will also increase. That means that temperature and sales, they are of ice cream, they are directly proportional to each other. So another one is this. If you say time of study and grade, for example now, time of study and grade. If the time of study increases, most likely your grade will also increase. So time of study and grade, they are directly proportional to each other. They are directly proportional to each other. So you have to understand that. So we look at examples now, then we go on to. So if you want to calculate proportionality, for example now, it says 8 pence costs £2.16. And what's it called? 10 pence, 7 pence. Calculate the cost of 10 pence. So if, for example now, you know that 8 pence costs £2.16. So the first thing you do, you have to calculate the cost of 1 pen. For you to calculate the cost of 1 pen, you divide what? You divide £2.16p by what? By 8. By doing that, you will get what? 27p. That means that 27p is the cost of what? Is the cost of 1 pen. So if you want to now calculate the cost of 7 pen, you now multiply that 27p times 7 to get what? 1 pound what? 89. So that 1 pound 89, pen, the cost of pen and the numbers of pen you got, they are proportionally to each other. So if the number of pen is increasing, the cost you're going to purchase those pens will also increase. So you can say that they are directly proportional to each other. So let's try and do this part. These are all direct proportions. A recipe requires 3 eggs to make 7 cookies. How much will be needed to make 14 cookies? Since you know that 3 eggs makes what? 7 cookies. How many cookies will 1 egg make? So for 1 egg, it's going to be what? 7 divided by 3. So 7 divided by 3 should give you 7 divided by 3 should give you 2.33. This one is going to make 2.33. So how much will 14 cookies make? So you can just say, okay, it's going to be the other way around. It's the other way around. So they said what? 7 cookies to make what? 3 eggs. 1 cookie will make what? 3 divided by 7. You can use to make, it can be made by what? By 3 divided by 7. So 3 divided by 7. That's 0.42 this thing. So how much we now have 17 cookies? Sorry, 14 cookies. It's going to be equal to what? 3 over 7 times what? Times 14. So 3 times 4, 14. That should be 42. Then you divide it by 7. That gives you 6. So you can make what? With you need 6 eggs to make what? To make 14 cookies. You need 6 eggs to make 14 cookies. Another one is they say recipe requires 4 cups of sugar to make 8 cookies. 4 cups of sugar to make what? 8 cookies. So how many cups required to make what's it got? To make 24 cookies. Since it's going to be 24, so 24. This is going to be 24. So for you to make 1 cookie, okay, we're done with the cookie ones. Okay, sorry, we're done with that one. So just pause there. So we're done with the cookie ones. Let's just 4 cups of sugar now. That means that 4 cups of sugar, 8 cookies for what? For 4 cups of sugar. So that means that you can use you can make 8 cookies with 4 cups of sugar. So for 1 cookie, it's going to be what? 4 divided by 8 cups. So you need what? Like half cup. So for you to now make For you to now make 24 cookies, you now do half times 24. That's going to be what? 12. So you need this one to make 12. You need 12 cups to make this. So you need 12 cups to make this. I will do a few questions. There I will do from 3 to 4. Then you can now try. You can just pause the video and try the rest. So I will do 3 and 4. It said 180 grams of sugar to make 540 of pastry. How many will it take? Just find the cost of one first. So it's going to be 1,800. If you follow it the same way we actually did the other one. And question 4, it says a recipe for pastry. So I just want to check, maybe anybody joined. A recipe for pastry is 160 of sugar, 160 grams of sugar to make 320. So how many grains of sugar will be needed to make 40 grams of pastry? So this case is a bit different. So it's going to be 160 grams of sugar. Just put S there, means sugar, equals to 320 grams of pastry. So for you to make let me just find 1 grams of this is going to be what? 160 divided by 30, 320 times what? Times 40 for 40 grams of pastry. So 8 here to 8 here for half. So it's going to be 20. It's going to be 20 grams of sugar. So you can pause this video and try the rest. You can pause this video. I'll try the rest. What's it called? It's question. There's question 5, 6, 7, and 8. You can pause this video and you try question 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I will do question 5 now. So a bottling machine makes 60 bottles in 11 hours. How long will it take to make? How long will it take to make it for what? For 16 hours. How many bottles will it make for 16 hours? So 60 bottles. Let me rub this one off. 60 bottles is for 11 hours. Bottles for what? For 11 hours. Then for 1 hour, it's going to be 60 divided by 11. Then for 16 hours, just multiply this by 16. So you can learn one to calculate. 60 times 60. So it's going to be like 87, around 87 bottles. So around 87 bottles actually be made, because 16 is more than 11. So we expect that there's going to be more bottles that will be made between this time. So just you can look at these answers again and to check your work again, and see. Just try and pause this video. When you're done with these questions, you can actually go and check some of it here. So the second part of proportion is, I told you earlier that we have 2 types of proportions. We have the inverse proportion and the direct proportion. We discussed the direct proportion initially. That when 2 things are actually increasing at the same time, that is called direct proportion. When 2 factors actually increase at the same rate, that is called direct proportion. And I give you examples of direct proportion. That what's it called? Like the temperature will increase, then the sales of ice cream will also what? Will also increase at the same rate, because when the temperature increases, people tend to buy more ice cream. And I told you earlier that the number of pens you buy, the cost will also increase the cost. So the more pens you buy, the first example we did, the more pens you buy, the more the amount you are going to pay will also increase. So this one called inverse proportion is a bit different from direct proportion. Inverse proportion, one factor will be increasing and the other will also will be decreasing. So, for example, now, if like 10 people wanted to do a job for like 5 hours, if 10 people want to do a job for what? For 5 hours. If the number of people now increase like 20, the number of hours they will spend doing that job will decrease. So a number of people is increasing, the number of hours is also what? Decreasing. The quarter one what? Inverse proportion. That's like a real life example. For example, now if like 7 people want to go and clear a farm, what's it called? They're going to do the job for 1 day. So the owner now realized that he can't afford to keep those 7 people or 7 farmers there in 1 day. So he wanted to get the job done earlier. So he now recruited another 3 people with it. So another 3 farmers with it. So they're now 10 in total. So the number of hours they will spend will now decrease because there's more people doing that work. So as the number of people is increasing, the number of hours will decrease. That is called inverse proportion. So another example is this. If something dies, maybe probably there's a dead rat, the number as the days increases, the what's it called? The quality, the quality of of the rat, again, now continue to go down, continue to decay as time increases. So as as the time is increasing, the decay is also going to also start to decay. So another example is this. If you buy a car now, as time goes on, the value of the car starts to depreciate. That is it. As time increases, the value of the car too start depreciating. So that is also what? Inverse proportion. So the summary of it all about inverse proportion is that as one value is increasing, the other is also what? Yes, is also decreasing. So let's look at real life examples. Let's look at the practical examples of it. So you can I'm going to do the first 2 questions for you. You can pause this video and you can try question 3, 4, and 5. So I'll do the first 2 questions for you. They said that if one person takes 7 days to pick apples from the tree, how many will it take 7 people? How many days will it take 7 people? So one person is doing it for what? For 7 days. That means that if one person is doing the job, this job will normally take what? 7 days. So the job that one person is doing for 7 days, 7 people are now doing it. So you just need to divide this one by what? By 7. So it's going to be what? 1 day. That is it. So as there's more people there, the number of days is of what? Is decreasing. So that is inverse proportion. So you have to know that. You have to be able to understand the concept that as one value is going up, the other is also what? Is also decreasing. So if a person takes 8 days to pick up apples from a tree, how many will it take 8 people? It's the same process with the first question. Just divide the days by what? By the people that are actually doing the job. So that means that the job will be done what? In 1 day. Because 8 divided by 8 equals to 1. So it is a right proportion. Inverse proportion. Another question. So you guys can pause this video and try question 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then I will come and do it now. Just try and pause this video. Or I might as well wait so that just give you a few minutes to do it. Then I will come back to it. So I will do it now. So if one person takes 7 days to do a job, and one more will take 7 people to actually pick it. So you divide the 7 by that one is going to be 1, 2. Then, okay, this one might be, okay, yeah. So if 10 people take 10 days to pick what? To pick apple in a tree. So if 10 people is taking 10 days to do it, how long will one person take to do it? So if 10 people take what? 10 days. One person will take what? 100 days. Because one person will be doing the job of 10 people. So it's going to take what? 100 days to do that job. Then how long will it take 4 people to do it? 4 people will now be got to what? 100 divided by 4. That's going to be 25. So that means the 4 people, 4 persons, 4 people will do it what? In 25 days. So I hope you got that question right. So if 8 people take 9 days to pick apples from the tree, how many days will it take 9 people to do the same job? 8 people take 9 days. So it's going to be what? 8 people. So it's going to be what? 1 person equals to what? 9 times 8. That's going to be equal to what? That's 72. So one person will take what? 72 days to actually do it. So how long will now take 9 people to do it? Just divide 72 divided by 9. That's going to be equal to what? 8. So if 3 people take 10 days to pick plums from the tree, how many days will it take 10 people to actually do the same job? 3 people take what? 10 days. One person equals to 10 times 3. That's going to be equal to 30 days. So how long will it now take 10 people to do that? Just divide 30 by 10. Then you get what? You get 3. So you guys can try this one. The questions, you can try it as homework. Then So the final one is Best Buy. The final one is Best Buy. So this Best Buy is also proportion to get it. It's like which is a better value for money. So you must show your working out when you are doing this. What's the better value for money? So you must show your working while doing this one too. So for example, now water is sold in two sizes. 1 gallon is 85p, and 2 gallon is what? 2 gallons is £1.72. So we show the working. So which one is the best value for what? For money. So it's not going to be, if 1 gallon is this, how much would be 1 gallon here? So how much would be 2 gallons of this one? So if you want to buy 2 gallons, for example now, which one would be the better value for money? So this one is going to be like 85p times 2. That's going to be what? 170p. 170p. That's going to be what? £1.70. So that's £1.70. So if you want to buy 2 gallons, it's £1.70 for this. And it's what? £1.72. So it's £1. So this one is the better value for money because it's cheaper to buy 2 gallons of this. Another one you could actually do is the other one. It's what? £1.72 divided by, you can also find 1 gallon here, divided by 2. So it's like 172p divided by 2. That's going to be 86p. So 1 gallon is 86p. So this one is better value for money. So there's next one there too. You could check the next one then. Okay, we could check this one. Try this one, then I will come back to do it. So let's do it quickly. Which size package is better value for money? So you must show your working. So these 8 burgers and these were 24 burgers. So if you want to buy 24, let's check 24. Multiply this one by what? By 3. So it's going to be £1.59 times 3. That gives you £1.59 times 3. That's £4. That gives you £4.77. £4.77. So this one is £4.77 for 24 burgers. So that means that it's cheaper because this one is £4.79 for 24 burgers. So this is the final one now before we close. So a small container. It's a 4 liters of cooking oil. Is this a small this thing contains what 6 liters of cooking oil? Of course, they say. Which one is better value for money? So you have to find the cost of 1 liter for this one. You divide 2.2 by 4. So this one will come up. So divide 2.2 by 4. 2.2 divided by 4. That's going to be 55p. Then you divide the 3.24 by 6. 3.24 divided by 6. That's 0.54. 0.54. So this one is better value for money. So it's cheaper. It's cheaper. 1 liter costs 54p. Why 1 liter costs 5p here? So that is that. Just try and do this work. Practice those questions. You can see there's low questions there. You can pause the video. You can do this question too. You pause the video, you do it. Just pause the video and you do it. This is another question. Okay, this one is done already. This one is now. You can pause this video, you do it. You can submit it if you have any questions. This video, this one too. You pause it, you do it. You pause it, you do it. You pause this one too, you do it. You pause this, you do it. This one, when you see a calculator tick there, you can use calculator for it. So that is that. So bye, and I hope I'll see you next week.